Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. Now, today I have some pretty interesting stories. AMD has partnered with Xbox to bring a future technology for ray tracing, and in fact, this technology is out now. We also got some information from the head architect, Jason Ronald, over at Xbox regarding the next generation device. Now, before I get into those stories, I just want to say that Xbox did give me Ninja Gaiden 2. I played this game before. In fact, I have a video on the channel. I'll link it in the description down below so you guys can watch it in its entirety. And I have to say that this game is fantastic. Now, I'm not just saying that because they gave me a copy of the game. If you know anything about this channel, we're very honest. A good game is a good game, no matter what platform it's on. And if you've played the original Ninja Gaiden, then you definitely been waiting to play Ninja Gaiden 2. And of course, this is a part of Xbox Game Pass on PC, on console, and it's definitely worth a play. Now, as I was saying earlier, AMD has announced its new FSR Redstone machine learning enhanced performance for PC. Now, Xbox is partnering with them, and they're also going to be putting this obviously on the next generation console. Now, I find it amusing in certain ways because the current generation Xbox Series S and X, unfortunately, they're not going to get FSR 4 because they just don't have the hardware. A console that is on the market right now that will get FSR 4 improvements is the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, we've known for quite some time that in 2026, the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to get FSR 4 in its full entirety. So that means the Redstone update. So in essence, Xbox is working with AMD, but PlayStation, the PlayStation 5 Pro specifically, is going to benefit from this partnership because they will have this on their PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, before I get into talking about the whole situation, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown. So we're just going to play a little snippet here of what was presented today, and I'll come back and give you guys my thoughts.
What I love most about gaming is how it never stops evolving, not just in how we play, but in how deeply we experience the worlds we step into. Early this year at Computex, I shared a glimpse of that future with FSR Redstone, our next generation suite of neural rendering technologies. And today, that future is here. FSR Redstone gives developers new tools to create, and players experiences that feel richer, more alive, and more immersive. We'll have more than 200 games supporting our ML Power Upscaler by the end of this year, delivering near native image quality from lower resolution frames in real time. But this is just the beginning. There's so much more ahead, and we're excited to see how developers and players bring these technologies to life. We took a hard look at the modern graphics pipeline and asked a simple question: where can machine learning truly transform the gaming experience? That question led us to create 3 new technologies, joining our ML upscaling as part of the FSR Redstone family. Ray traced lighting is stunning, but incredibly demanding. Modern games spend a huge amount of time calculating rays bouncing around complex scenes, so we reimagined that process from the ground up. FSR Radiance Caching is a real-time neural network-driven system that transforms how ray trace lighting is computed. Think of it as lighting intelligence built directly into the engine. Instead of recalculating every single ray, Radiance Caching learns in real time, recognizing lighting patterns, predicting behavior, and reusing information with incredible efficiency. The result? Beautiful, realistic lighting at a fraction of the cost. We're proud to partner with Fat Shark, creators of Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, to showcase the first implementation of Radiance Caching, bringing richer, beautiful lighting to every environment. You'll see this technology rolling up in games next year, and it's set to redefine cinematic fidelity in real-time experiences. Next, we focus on improving ray trace detail, especially in scenes that are upscaled, where traditional denoisers often blur or lose fine information. FSR Ray Regeneration is our ML power solution to restore detail in ray trace effects. Using neural networks trained on low sample frames, it reconstructs what the final image should look like, delivering crisp reflections, clean shadows, and more lifelike surfaces. Every frame feels more alive. You can see this tech in action right now in Call of Duty Black Ops 7, where it delivers ultra-realistic lighting in fast-paced gameplay, with many of next year's top games in development now. With Ray Regeneration, we're enabling higher quality ray tracing at higher performance, and this is just the start. Let's hear from my good friend Matt Booty from Microsoft to share his experience with FSR Redstone.
Thanks, Jack. Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Booty, President of Game Content and Studios at Xbox. And in my role, I have the honor of working with some of the greatest artists, creatives, and technical directors in the world. We have a long history with AMD, from our ambitious hardware plans to how our teams are working together today to deliver the best-in-class experience for our players in games like Call of Duty. Real-time ray tracing enables high-fidelity, realistic cinematic reflections, yet for many games, the runtime cost is prohibitive. FSR Redstone helps change that. We've been working very closely with AMD to co-develop FSR Ray Regeneration to achieve a material improvement in real-time ray tracing. I'm pleased to say that Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is the first game ever to showcase this visual enhancing technology. Additionally, with today's Redstone launch driver, FSR Frame Generation is also now available for players running Call of Duty Black Ops 7 on AMD's 9000 series graphics cards. These ML technologies help our teams achieve higher fidelity visuals while delivering the great feel and high performance that Call of Duty is known for. Our work on FSR Redstone is just one example of what this partnership is unlocking today, and our teams can't wait to share more of what our collaboration with AMD will unlock in the future across games and our next generation hardware. Thanks, and back to you, Jack.
Thanks, Matt. It's been incredible working with your team, and I'm so grateful for our partnership. Our next major upgrade builds on a foundation we introduced with FSR 3. Analytical frame generation powered by deterministic algorithms. It set the stage. It proved how dramatically smoother motion can redefine gameplay, and it showed just how transformative frame generation can be. Now we're taking it even further.
Now, before we get into the frame generation stuff, I just want to touch on what was said there. Now, they are co-developing this Ray Regeneration with Xbox for their future console. So once again, they are confirming their future console. And I just want to point that out to you guys because it's all going to come into play what I have to say later on in this video. Now, I got to say that I have seen this in action and it does look good. It is an improvement. I don't think it's quite on par with what NVIDIA is doing. I just got to be honest on that. But it is a big step up from what they were doing before. FSR 4 is fantastic. I have a 9070 XT and I will be testing Call of Duty Black Ops with this new technology. I'll have a comparison on my channel. Maybe I'll do it on the weekend, but I will definitely have that up and running and I will test it out for you guys and give you the full metrics. That being said, this technology is only for Radeon 9000 cards or hardware that supports FSR 4. Now, none of the consoles, except for the PlayStation 5 Pro, support FSR 4. We know that FSR 4 is coming to the PlayStation 5 Pro in 2026, and of course, Redstone is going to be on it. So in theory, Xbox is actually helping with the optimization for the PlayStation 5 Pro's version of Ray Regeneration. Now, Ray Regeneration is similar to the Ray Reconstruction that NVIDIA is doing with their cards. And once again, I think this is welcomed for AMD cards, and we're going to see how it plays for ourselves when I have a video later this week. Now, let's go on to the frame generation parts. And I did see some metrics on this, but I'm going to let them explain it to you, and then I'll come back and give you guys my opinion on it.
New ML-based frame generation uses an advanced neural network trained on some of the most challenging scenarios in modern gaming, from high-speed racers to chaotic battlefields. The result? Motion that's not just smoother, but truly seamless. In this example from F125, on the left, our original analytical model. Notice the ghosting around the tire at high speed. On the right, the new ML version. Crisp, clear, fluid, preserving every nuance of speed and motion. This is what next-gen frame generation looks like, and you can see it for yourself in over 40 games by the end of this year. And that's the beauty of FSR. It keeps getting smarter, so your games keep getting better. When you piece all these innovations together, The result is nothing short of extraordinary. Higher performance without sacrificing image quality, giving you the freedom to push your hardware further. For example, with Redstone enabled, you'll be over 4 times faster in Call of Duty Black Ops 7 and over 3 times faster in F125. Just turn on FSR Redstone and feel the difference. Let's hear from Ian Flatt from Codemasters, the makers of F1 who are working with FSR Redstone.
Thanks, Jack. Hi, I'm Ian Flatt, studio head at EA Codemasters Birmingham. My role is supporting the team in creating the most authentic and exciting F1 racing experience for players around the world. We share AMD's passion for innovation, and that's why we've teamed up to bring some incredible tech to F125. Our goal was simple: make F125 look true to life with amazing performance. And to achieve that, we implemented AMD's FSR Redstone, including machine learning powered upscaling and frame generation technologies. These features boost image quality and performance, so you get stunning visuals at higher frame rates without sacrificing your favourite detail settings. Thanks to the optimisation on our Ego engine and the power of the Radeon 9000 series GPUs, F125 feels smooth, responsive and absolutely breathtaking every lap, every turn. You can try FSR upscaling and frame generation in F125 today, and we're not stopping here. Electronic Arts and Codemasters will continue our partnership with AMD to push image quality and performance even further. We are thrilled to be bringing additional FSR Redstone technologies to the Ego engine in the future.
So FSR 4 frame generation is very interesting. They're using machine learning. So this is basically the same type of frame generation that you're getting on NVIDIA. Now, I have seen some benchmarks out there, and Hardware Unboxed, they did do a whole video on it today. And I gotta be honest with you guys, it's a little underwhelming on certain games. There's some frame pacing issues. It's just not a smooth experience. Now, this is just coming out, and I'm sure that some driver updates in a couple of weeks are gonna fix these issues. But when you launch something right out the gate, you want it to work as intended, and that's not really happening with the frame gen. The ray tracing update and the FSR 4 stuff, it's all working well. It's just the frame gen that is off in quite a few games. Now, F125, I believe it's working fine in that game, and there are games that it's working as intended. But as I said, there are some games that it's just not working at all. And of course, they're going to have to address that. Now, I think this is a great step for AMD hardware. I have a 9070 XT, as I said before. I'm also going to test F1 2025 and give you guys the metrics and tell you the performance on it. And I'll try to test some other games that support FSR 4 frame gen. But this is something that will also, once again, trickle down to the PlayStation 5 Pro, because it is also getting FSR 4 in 2026. So you're going to see an increase in frame rates on PlayStation 5 Pro games. So I think the PlayStation is fine. I know that the next PlayStation 6 is coming out in like 2027. Some say 2028. I think 2027 is the target year for that console to come out. But this leaves Xbox kind of in a weird situation. It puts them in a bad spot because these new technologies that they're working on with AMD, they're not going to have it on their current generation consoles. The Xbox Series S and the Series X are not going to be capable of doing FSR 4, frame gen, all of these new technologies that we saw here with the ray tracing. It's not happening on the Series X and S. Like I said, the PlayStation 5 Pro will support it. They are openly talking about the next generation console because Matt Booty said that these technologies will be on their next generation consoles. Right now, the Xbox, it's not selling well. It doesn't look like they're producing many of them. We've seen some retail stores remove the console altogether. No Black Friday deals. This all kind of points me in the direction that the next Xbox is coming much sooner than later because they seem to be talking a lot about it. And that leads me to the next story. And this is coming from WindowsCentral.com. Like usual, I'll leave a link in the description down below so you guys can check it out for yourself. And this is Xbox architect Jason Ronald talking about 2026, how they want to celebrate a great legacy year with Xbox. And he said, I cannot confirm, I cannot deny, but we are going to have something exciting to share with gamers in 2026. Now, I'll show you guys the exact quote here. Let me just pull it up here on my screen. Just give me 1 second. I have it up here on the screen, and let's just let it play.
It's the 25th anniversary of Xbox, and we want to celebrate the great legacy and the history that we have with Xbox, as well as defining the future for where the Xbox ecosystem's going. So I can't confirm or deny what you're asking, but stay tuned. We have a lot of exciting things to share next year.
Pretty much we're going to get an imminent announcement on the next Xbox console. Now, I think at the Game Awards, we're going to get a hint. We're going to get some type of reveal. I think we're going to get some information on this next generation console because they're openly talking about it. We know that 2026 is the 25th year anniversary of Xbox, and it makes complete sense to release your console at that time. Your current generation consoles are not selling well. It appears that Xbox, Microsoft have given up on those consoles. Like I said, lack of deals. You can't find them at all retailers. And it all points to the direction of a new Xbox coming out. They're not talking about the Xbox Series X and S. They're talking about the next generation console right now. We know that the next generation console is imminent. Some people are saying 2027. With their current generation console pretty much dead, it's not selling. They got outsold by some other console that I didn't even hear about before that has some type of Kinect-like abilities. They got outsold by that console. They got outsold by Nintendo. They got outsold by Sony. And they didn't just get outsold by a little bit. They got outsold by a lot. Nobody is really buying these Xbox consoles. So it makes sense to just bring out your next generation console. Get a head start on the competition. I pointed out how FSR 4, how all of these updates are coming to the PlayStation 5 Pro. So that console will be okay till 2027 if the next Xbox console releases. But if the next Xbox console releases when the PlayStation 6 releases, I think it's dead in the water. Now, I don't know who's going to really buy this console. It's going to be powerful. We know that it's going to be expensive. But the games, you can play them other places. You can play them on PC. You can play them on PlayStation. So how are they going to convey to gamers that this console is a must buy? What will be the killer app for this console when the games can be found on other devices? On other devices that will be more powerful than that console? Because their games are available on PC right now. I can play it on my 5090, which I can guarantee is going to be more powerful than the next generation console. So they kind of have an uphill battle selling the system. But coming out earlier before the competition, I think they can entice some gamers. We know that they're slowly rolling out this new OS that will be a seamless experience when you're playing on PC. It'll give you like a console-like experience. I had it in yesterday's video. I'll also leave that in the link in the description down below. Shameless plug. And it works okay. It's not a seamless experience right now, but it is in the early states, and I can see the potential of it. Now, the jury's still out on whether or not gamers are going to buy into this next Xbox system. It's kind of funny. It's always wait till next year, wait till next year. And I think Xbox needs to do something now. I think they should announce the next generation console this year. And then throughout 2026, give us some tidbits, little information on the next generation system. Now, you guys let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think this is a good strategy for Xbox for them to release next year? Do you think it matters that they don't have exclusive titles? Like I said, I think exclusives do sell consoles. There are some games that are just a must-have, a killer app that you just have to get that console in order to play that game. And this next Xbox console, it's not going to have that game. It's going to have games that will be found in other places. Now, out of the consoles, perhaps it's going to look the best, but once again, it's going to cost a lot more, and are gamers prepared to pay the price of this next generation Xbox console? Anyways, you guys let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Do you think that the next Xbox will sell well? Are you excited for it? Or do you think it's dead in the water? Or do you think I'm just out of my mind and this console is going to come out in 2028? Also, let me know your thoughts on the Redstone update from AMD. Do you think that FSR 4 is going to help bridge the gap that NVIDIA has over AMD with their software? Now, like I usually say, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.